What a great exhibit that was. It was a delightful. Please go over there and check that out too. There's so much to see and do in this area. And one of the things that I was amazed at was Anna Polesney and also Donald Wilcock put together a documentary for their high school reunion.
Correct.
Right? Mm-hmm. And it has taken on a life of its own.
Indeed it has.
Tell us about it.
Well, as you know, we started out just thinking we were going to make a video, and then realized that we had all the ingredients for a serious documentary. You know, after 50 years of living, after high school, everyone, not just Dawn, myself, Bob Van Degna, the executive producer, and Randy Johnson, another producer, we all have so many interesting stories and experiences. And then the era that we inhabited, from World War II to world terrorism today, so much has changed. The world has changed. So these two ideas dovetailed into the intention to make a serious documentary that would reach the general public.
And you showed this at Proctor's.
We had 2 showings at Proctor's, and unfortunately I wasn't able to attend the Northampton Film Festival where
that's our next
we won
topic.
where we won an award. I was conducting a symposium on blues down in different kind of conducting down in Arkansas that weekend, which was a shame. But I think the thing that impressed me about the reaction to the film was it seemed to drive the 50th reunion of the high school. That
you were involving so many people.
It brought us all together, and as someone who's done interviews, I write regularly for the Saratogian and the Troy Record on music, and I've done this in one capacity or another for more than 45 years. I think what surprised me was the candor of the people 50 years later. You know, we were at a point in our lives where all of the things that we were concerned about in high school, about image and whether we were a nerd or we fit in, those things don't make any difference anymore. We've all been there, done that, and I kind of looked at Niskayuna as being a cloistered environment, and I really was shocked at how everyone had taken what they had learned and the advantages that they had growing up in this environment and turned them into life works that were fascinating. We did 25 different people, and they were all just absolutely fascinating.
And you took this story to the Northampton Film Festival. How was that?
Well, it was fantastic. You know, we did prove that this was a serious documentary. What was moving, what has been moving in all the performances or the presentations that we have had, is that at the end of the film, people spontaneously burst into applause.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many stories there. Yeah. It's a celebration of our generation.
Have they showed the pictures? Have you showed the pictures yet?
Yeah.
They have? Okay,
yeah.
good.
And it's a celebration of life. You know, by the time you get to be our age, you have a little bit of an understanding, just a little bit of an understanding what it's all about. And it's a film that's gentle, it's wise, it has a lot of substance, and people young and old, are moved by it. Mm-hmm. And in fact, at the reunion, and I had some parties after each of the showings, you know, the parties were from 4 to 6. People stayed until 10.
Oh, I was going to say, they're hanging.
Just talking about their lives, sharing their experiences, and showing how moved they are and how open our society has now become. Once you open that little door and start sharing, people are so incredibly open about their lives.
It's important, and I would stress that people who are thinking about going to a high school reunion, you know, we always carry with us what we experienced in high school, which wasn't always the best. Mm-hmm. I mean, for a lot of us, it was just like, oh, I don't want to go back and see those people. They were so mean to me, or whatever, you know, the old bullying mm-hmm. thing. But the fact is, people grow up, don't they?
Well,
Speak for yourself.
You didn't grow up yet? No, but people grow up. They're not what they were in high school.
I think one of the interesting things about our generation is that while we have matured, I think at this age, a lot of the people that I interviewed are ready to do what they want to do. And I think we have a different attitude than our parents did at our age towards what's proper and appropriate.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And that's the most fascinating thing about it. We can get away with stuff that they couldn't get away with.
You're right.
We can talk about what we've been through.
Topics you've never been talked about before.
I mean, I'm working on a book with one of the people that I interviewed who is living with cancer. And he's writing a book, and I'm mentoring him on this book.
That's wonderful to get that.
And he's talking very openly about how do you deal with it when someone tells you that you've got stage 4 cancer? How do you survive that? How do you have a quality of life with what's left? And it's, I'm very proud of our generation. I think we've learned to mature without getting old.
I think you're right. Yeah, I'm not going to grow up. How about you? I'm not, no.
Well, I think we all make that effort at some point.
Well, I mean, I may mature, but I'm not going to grow up. We'll put it that way.
I'm with you, Ann.
We need to get you on when you finish that book, or because it's an important message to get out there of the experiential, just like what you've done with your film. And this is what you received.
Correct.
And what kind of an award did you get?
We received a merit award as first-time filmmakers for the potential that we have, and also for the community mindedness and the empathy that we have shown towards everyone.
Well, do it again. Another 5 years, maybe another round?
Well, there are a few projects in the works, and
Okay.
yes, yeah,
Okay.
it's been
We'll
an
get her on
exciting
again and
process.
find out more about it. And Don, keep working on that book. It sounds
Thank you.
like it's a wonderful project. Thank you both for being here, and I want to wish you both a very happy Thanksgiving as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ann.
Take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be speaking with our next guest. And it's always a pleasure to have a new guest on, and this is no exception.